my name's Johnny.
And I'm Jono.
Before we get into this episode, we need to have a bit of a discussion between ourselves, with you guys out there, about the Kop. This, if you don't sit on the Kop,
Fast forward.
Yeah, you probably fast forward this bit. This goes out to everybody who sits on the Kop. As I'm recording this, the night before, I was at a meeting at Bramall Lane with quite a few other supporters groups. Phil was there from Four Blades in a Pub. I know there were quite a few of the, I think it was All Blades, Rainbow Blades, a few of the groups like that. The safety group was there. Sheffield Council representative was there, chaired by Bettis himself. Productive from the club, I have to say. I've had my own reservations about people who work within the club. People sometimes think I'm against the club.
Yeah.
I'm not. I want what's best for the club. Sometimes, I'll admit, I speak without thinking because I'm an emotional guy. And people will prove me wrong. But we need to have a serious discussion. The club wants to work with us on the Kop. Not us, work with us. People who sit on the Kop. We are at risk of losing the Kop, essentially, for the season. Because we may have a safety certificate removed. People are concentrating on that. Well, I will stand if I want to. Well, I'm not going to tell you to sit or stand. I'm not even getting into that kettle of bollocks. What I will say is...
That's not the major issue, is it?
That is not the major issue. The major issue has been pointed out and highlighted, and I can see where they're coming from. I can. It's overcrowding and migration from your usual space. I'm not going to say sit in your seat. What I'm going to say is it is up to us on the Kop now. It's our responsibility to do our part. Sheffield United did have a press release scheduled. I can't go into it too much. It is going to be altered because I think the club has learned that they can rub people the wrong way.
Yeah, and just with words.
Just with words. But I think they've learned that, and I think because they want what's best. They want this solved as well. Not just because of the money. It's an atmosphere. That 12th man does. Can you imagine if we've got an empty stand? Where's all the people going to go?
Feel like a first round FA Cup match.
Exactly. And not just that, this is going to be the first time Coventry on Boxing Day. We've got a sellout crowd with 2,000 odd tickets missing. Because we can't sell them.
Yep.
Everybody on that stand against Coventry will be a season ticket holder. There will be no paper tickets.
So you can't use the I've lost my ticket.
I'll say this, I talked to the press when I think the club had the right idea and the wrong execution. Stewards checking tickets was probably the right idea to stop the migration, stop the overcrowding, but it was executed poorly with outsourced stewards. Can't be helped, move on. The club know they probably executed it wrongly, but we have to admit it is probably the right idea. Because if somebody stops you and politely says, "Oh, you're right there, can I just check your ticket, make sure you're in the right place," in a pleasant manner, instead of just going, "Ticket." You're gonna give your ticket. And the people who don't give the tickets, I'm sorry to say it, are the ones that are the problem. And I'm going to say it, we've got friends who we're going to have a talk to because they're not sitting in the right, not going to the right area. They're not going to where their ticket is. And we're going to have to tell them, look, you've either got to change your season ticket next season to be where you want to be, or...
I think they can even change it now. If there's a seat available round about that area, I'd imagine they could change it
Look
now.
into it. If that is a possibility, change it now. Because it needs to stop. The overcrowding needs to stop. We've got people who sit near us that aren't our friends that we're going to have to say, are you meant to be here? Because that is an overcrowded area in front of us. I know people want to sit in certain places because of friends. Some people just want to sit where it's noisy, etc. Stop. I'm going to be blunt with you. It's part of the problem. And if you're taking a nonchalant attitude and you're saying, I don't care, you're ruining it for everybody else, and it's going to have long-term consequences. And they're not by the club. The club wants to avoid this. The club brought in all these supporter groups for a reason, because they want to work with us and they want to work with you who sit on the Kop. They want to get this solved as much as we do. We want it to be gone, done with. But they have people that they have to report to in the safety group and with the council, who aren't pushing the issue as much as they can yet, because they're giving the club a chance to sort it. I've monologued a little bit here. John, what's your opinions on it? Because it needs to be a joint effort.
Yeah, I mean, You've been told what you should be doing. People don't like it. I understand that.
Yeah, it could have been worded better, the initial press release.
Just telling us that we can't stand irritated me, and now we're one saying, well, I'm standing regardless.
Yeah. I think a lot of people focused on the standing rather than the real problem.
I know it's overcrowded where we are, and I know there's a lot of people that tickets aren't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
People go there for the atmosphere, and I can't blame them for that.
It's true, yeah.
But move your ticket, if possible. If not,
wait till next season.
You're going to have to just do something about go to your seat for now.
Yeah.
Closing Kop down for everybody, it's not good, is it?
No. And it's money for the club. It's atmosphere. It's fans. Where are we all going to go if they close the Kop?
Well, we can't.
There's no room. Also, possible things. People say, well, we'll just install safe standing. Again, standing's not the issue. But if Sheffield United were to apply, because they have to apply for safe standing,
and we can't do
to the safety
now,
group. They have to apply to the safety group, and if we applied for it now, the safety group would laugh in our faces.
Yes, because we can't follow the rules now.
Also, there are still plans to redevelop the Kop, get rid of the pillars, extend the Kop. That ain't going to happen because they'll not give us the safety certificate to extend it and get approved plans.
There you go.
It's down to us now. It is down to us as fans now to take action. There needs to be discussions had and keep it friendly if we can. If people are not in the right place, just have a word. Tell them. Just tell them, look, we're giving you an opportunity. Go to where you need to be, because this needs to be nibbed in the bud quick. For one, so we can start the new year selling tickets on the Kop again.
Exactly. My father wants to come on Kop, and he's not allowed at the moment.
My little girl wants to come to her first game. She's had opportunities because of my poor health recently. I wasn't able to bring her. Now I can't even get her a ticket.
No.
I could sit and beat around the head and say how important it is, but it's down to you now. We've said our piece. The club said our piece to us. We've done what we can do. We just need it to be a team effort now between the club, between the fans. Let's all get on the same page. I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm going to try and be more positive towards the club, because they treat me, they treat the other supporters group with a lot of respect. They listened to what we had to say, and it was nice. It was nice because we have become a bit of a fractured fan base at the minute.
Yeah.
And there's been a bit of a us and them with the club at times. Instances like this, we can take a bit of a silver lining from a crisis, because if we can all come together as a club and as a fan base and sort this quickly.
It's what it should be like as well.
It's what it should be like. It's what it used to be like. And I just can't say strongly enough, if you want to stand, whatever, I don't care. Just make sure the space you're occupying is a space that your ticket says and it aligns with the seat behind you. And that's the last I'm going to mention of this video. If you're watching this on social media, please take it on board. Into the show.
Let's crack on.
Welcome to Beer and Breakfast!
We're back!
We're fucking back! And the potty mouth has begun. Hey!
Let it all out.
Let's get out there. Fuck, shit, cunt, wank, fiddly, fuck. Oh, bollocks! Yeah, I'm excited. I'm fucking excited. As we said earlier, I'm Johnny.
I'm Jono.
Let's see what we've got coming up this week.
We look back at the season so far.
We are going to be getting those all-important Blades fans' views.
Opinions from the other side.
Do we need to see more from our coaching staff? We'll be discussing it.
And obviously we've got this or that.
And myself and John will be giving our match predictions. We are back. Football is back. Real football. Club football is back. Real football. Not this artificial desert bollocks that we're playing in December. Fuck off, FIFA. We're going to win a fake World Cup.
No, we're not.
No, probably not. But if we're ever going to win it, we're going to win the fake one. It's just our fucking luck, innit?
What a bleeding epic day it's going to be.
Oh, God.
How many people are going to be pissed up that night?
Yeah. Huddersfield, Yorkshire Derby, then England playing France. Oh, but All that World Cup bollocks aside, I do love a World Cup. Did you just burp?
Mine's have.
I fucking do love a World Cup, but this is a fake World Cup, and I am so glad to see club football back.
Yeah. It ranks so much more above England.
Oh, it does. Club over country every time. Every time. Unless your name's Tango and your club's been played all the way through World Cup, then he fucks off to Qatar. Great loyal fan base there, piggies. But yeah,
it's still anyway. It's barred from Hillsborough. I've had him off for years.
Fucking Wolves fan anyway, innit? Fucking thumb. Right, we rather than just talk about the last few games, because obviously my health's been bad, I apologise. I've been missing from games. There's been no vlogs. I've been missing from doing these. You know what it's like.
Health comes first, Paul.
If I miss a game, you know I'm fucked. You also know there's no beer because I'm still on the mend, but I'm getting there. You're just not drinking beer because you went out on a school night.
Yeah, and it is a bit early.
It's called beer and breakfast, John. I'm ill. I've got an excuse.
Coffee and breakfast.
You got a little bit wee-willy winkered last night, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a few pints, but...
Yeah, so rather than just focusing on the last few games we played, especially because one of them was against Rotherham and we lost, and we're not going there.
I can't remember that.
I can't remember that. Never happened. I went there, so it didn't happen.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck, I was at that one. That was one of the ones I did go to, fuck's sake.
Bad luck charm.
I know. No, we're not, because we won away games. But we'll have a bit of a mini-season review. It's been 98% fucking brilliant. 98%.
98%.
Fucking brilliant. The win against Burnley. Oh.
That was... What time was it? 5-2.
It's 5-2, isn't it? But trust me to miss a game like that.
Yeah, we're very good.
Fucking...
From what I can remember. Seems so far away though now, doesn't it?
Billy went to that one with my dad because obviously he's got his season ticket up there.
Yeah.
He came back and he was just smiling at me. Like, fuck off, leave me alone. I did manage to watch it on the telly. I watched all the ones I missed on the telly, and I wished I were there because it just looked such a good game.
It was awesome.
The Norwich game, that looked nice as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We've had some very good games, and hopefully this break has not done us.
No, I think it's done us the good because we were starting to fumble because of injuries, fitness.
Yeah.
And what have we got now? We're going to talk about it a bit later on. We've got a brand spanking new training pitch.
Lovely jubbly.
Well done, bud. Well done, Prince Abdullah. You've got us that training pitch. Let's hope it helps with the soft muscle injuries. We are going to go into that in a bit more detail later, but I think it came at the right time for us. We needed to regroup a bit.
Yeah. Hopefully, injuries aside now, and I think if we do keep a fully fit squad, we are in that top two by the end of the season.
If we've got a fully fit squad, anybody who finishes above us is finishing first. I stand by that comment.
Yep.
Who's left injured? I think it's Jack O'Connell who's never going to kick a ball again. But apart from that, who else is injured?
Brewster.
Who else is injured that's scoring or playing well?
I can't think. I don't know about Norrington Davis.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about him. No, I love Norrington Davis. In this little season review, one revelation has been Jack O'Connell position now belongs to Rhys Norrington Davis, especially at Championship level. I don't know about Prem, but in the Championship level, that's his position to lose now.
I'll find out next season.
You
never know.
I fucking hope so. Max Lowe. I actually miss Max Lowe.
I know.
Would have thought that at Watford. The Watford game, we were a bit doom and gloom, weren't we? First game of the season, let's take a bit of time travel.
It were a tough game for us to have first start.
It was. But we knew what were coming. It was going to be a tight, rigid game, and they were going to score from pace. The one thing, like Hal said it perfectly on the vlog, you'd think, knowing that one thing probably will happen at some point, we would have trained to deal with that one fucking thing. And we didn't. But ever since then, we bounced back. We've knocked so many teams off top of the league. We are the top of the league slayers.
And then slayed ourselves.
No, a season review, as I said, 98% brilliant. Can you think of any issues in the season that need to be addressed?
No, just purely injuries.
Purely injuries.
I like how we're playing, how we're set up, players in possession.
Eckenbottom could be a bit negative at times, but I think he's learning his lesson, which is good.
Exactly. I mean, surely you can see that we're a lot more dangerous and scary when we attack.
Yeah, a lot more positive, especially away. Especially away games. There have been a few away games this season where he's been hesitant with his changes, with changing the system if it's not working. And I think he's learning from that. And that's a sign of a good manager to know when you need to adapt.
Yep.
And Eke, Jackie Lester, Stuart McCall, if we're doing a little mini-season review for the first part of this season, we've got to say what a revelation they've been.
Yeah 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. How good is Iliman and Die?
That is amazing.
He's so good. He's so fucking
I mean,
good.
I was disappointed that I wasn't aware that he didn't have a good game against England. Subbed at half time.
I'm very disappointed to see how he was limping.
Yeah, well, we're a bit scary, and
Very
hopefully he's
fucking
alright.
He's bulked up from last year, so he's stronger.
Yep.
He's so good on the ball. His runs boggle your brain. Finishing's good. A complete package.
Yeah, I just love how he runs at people and just runs past defenders.
Yeah. Can you think of many players recently that's been better than him? In fact, don't answer that, because that brings me into a question I've got for you. And you know what question's been on this channel? It means it's time for a game of
This or That.
This is This or That. Sheffield United Instagram page. I'll forgive you after we've had a nice, lovely weekend where we've all hugged it out. So I'll forgive you for nicking my idea that I stole from another YouTube channel that once. But this is your favourite game show of all time.
It's everybody's favourite game show.
Fuck Generation Game. Fuck Family Fortunes.
Exactly.
What's the best
Bruce
game?
Forsyth was still alive.
He'd be hosting
He
this.
would.
He'd be hosting
Saturday
This or
night
That.
TV.
Just a 5-minute game of This or That. This week's question, Jono. We had a very good player last season called Morgan Gibbs-White.
Very good player.
Very good player. He had a great relationship with Iliman and Dai. My question to you is Iliman and Dai better than Morgan Gibbs-White? And I'm going to let you go first, since you've missed it, since you've been dying to have a go. Jono, is Iliman better than Morgan Gibbs-White?
Of course he is.
Good answer.
Of course he is. I mean, Morgan Gibbs-White is a fantastic player. Obviously, he's starting to do it now for Forest in Premier League. I'd love to see Ndiaye play in Premier League, and I do think he'll be a lot successful. And yeah, he's just better all round for me, and more loyal.
Yep.
Which one are you going to go for?
Yep.
That's no.
Bastard, I fucking shit myself. You fuck. Yeah, in every possible aspect, especially since he's put some bulk on.
Yep.
Especially since he's got some confidence after last season. Playing with Gibbs-White did in the world of good. But we're not looking at last season, we're looking at right now.
Yeah, even without him, he's got even better.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say two things that people might not agree with.
Ooh.
Morgan Gibbs-White is not worth £40 million. Morgan Gibbs-White is a very good high-level championship player who I don't think is a Premier League starter.
I do for a team like Forest.
Fuck Forest.
But they're not going to be Premier League for much longer, are they?
Exactly, a championship team. They paid too much for him. I liked him. If he'd have been our player, I'd give him a chance. I think he gets eaten alive by Premier League defenders.
Yeah.
And I think Iliman can do more to deal with that than Gibbs-White can. Morgan, I love you. You're a brilliant player. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm just speaking my honest opinion, and I'd take you back tomorrow. But we're not going to have you back. We've got Iliman and Die, and he's fucking better. That was This or That, ladies and gentlemen. I've missed it. I've fucking missed it. Do you know what else I've missed? Our lovely Blades fans contributors. Shall we go and see what they're going to say?
Let's have a look.
Back on it this Saturday. Bloody hell, I've missed United. I know they're frustrated sometimes, but my God, I've missed them. Huddersfield at home, let's not be complacent. Hoping and Die's alright, and some of the players are back, and we get in and we buzz in. It's a game we should win if we're on it, but no game's easy, and they'll certainly not be. But I just can't wait to be here. Nice early start and an England game after. Will I see Sunday? Who knows? Up the Blades.
Hi, Big Kev here. Looking forward to Saturday now. 2 days away at minute, and excitement's building up a bit. Seems to have been a long time since we were at Lane. So really looking forward to getting back in there and cheering lads on. Hopefully we'll have a few of his players back. I think it's one that we should win, one that we could win, but being a Blade, we know that these things go wrong. It's going to be a long day, I think, because we're in pub before match and then back in again after our match to see if England can make it a really good day. I had somebody asked me the other day, would you take a 1-0 win for United or a 1-0 win for England? No contest. The Blades, every time. Here we go. Cheers, lads.
I think it's safe to say that they're just like us, they've all missed it.
Yep, can't wait to be back.
Can't wait to be back. We're going to take a little bit of a look at Huddersfield. I'll go first, I'm going to sum it up. I think they're fucking terrible.
Yeah, very, very poor.
Very bad, very bad.
After the season they had last season as well.
It was strange. There's a few lads, we're going to hear from them in a bit, from Annie Takes That Chance podcast, which is their Huddersfield fancast. Good lads, enjoy talking to them. I've not got a soft spot for Huddersfield, but I like their fans a lot more than I like Leeds fans.
They've got a drum.
I didn't say all of their fans, just these guys. We all know my opinion on drums. But they were really not confident. They thought they were going to finish 8th or 9th this season.
Right, yeah.
With manager. And
without
then
manager?
Well, nobody were expecting it. He just fucked off. They were playing great Benidorm football. We coined that, Benidorm football, and it worked for him. They thought it'd get him, not in playoffs again, but they thought it'd keep him safe, top 10.
We still never found out why he left, did we?
Fuck knows. I don't even think they know. That's the thing. It just threw the season into chaos, and they've never recovered.
No.
There is a time. We said the break came at a good time for us. I think it came at a crucial time for them because they've had to regroup, and now they know what they've got to do. It's now or never.
It's a tough game for them to come back to. Of
course it is. Of course it is.
We are favourites by some distance, I'd imagine.
By a country mile. But it's a Yorkshire derby and you never know.
But if Huddersfield do lose this one as well, they'll just think, no, it's changed. But they've got to look at it, they've got a very tough game against us.
Even if they lose against us, I think it all comes down to application and effort because, let's be fair, they've not looked good. The times I've seen them, they've looked awful, they've not looked bothered, they've looked lethargic.
Yeah.
They just looked at a team down in the dumps. If they come out and they still, even if they lose, if they give it a good fucking effort, that's something to build on at least.
Take that away at least.
Yeah. So hopefully we stuff them 5 or 6-0, but they have a good effort.
I don't think that could be the same.
I don't know. Go forward 6 times and score. But no, it's a tricky one. I've got a confidence. I'm trying to be optimistic, but it's a Yorkshire derby, and you never ever know, do you? Yorkshire derby.
You don't know, and I don't think we have the best of records against Huddersfield either.
Fuck off, Simonson.
Yeah.
Shivers. Andy Taylor. Bit like Spain and Andy Taylor. 2 peas in a fucking pod. Bringing on players to score penalties. On that note, let's go and hear from the guys from Annie Takes That Chance.
Hi Johnny, it's Tom and Brady here from the Andy Takes That Chance podcast. Thanks for having us on. We've got a few questions from you about Huddersfield Town. I mean, we can answer them, or we could just rap or something like that, which I think would be more entertaining from our side. But I'll ping these over to Brady because he loves the sound of his own voice. So Brady, question number 1. How do you feel that Town's season is going so far?
Well, I think it's been really good the last 29 days when we've not had a game. It's gone terrible on it. We do the weekly preview podcast, and we've had to really big ourselves up because it's been horrendous. Danny Schofield obviously started the season. Carlos Corberan left 2 weeks before the season started, and Danny Schofield's reign was, despite him being a club legend, I would call him a club legend. I think Tom would as well. For his playing antics, he was not a good manager, or to be maybe a bit kinder to him, maybe not ready for the job yet. Obviously he's at Doncaster now in League 2, so we'll see how he gets on. But that's kind of given us just a terrible start, really. You know, we barely won any games under him, and that's kind of put us on the back foot for the rest of the season. You know, it's having a bad start. Kind of, you only have to be better, and it puts, you know, you almost have to get mid-table form to even survive. You know, we're bottom of the league, 19 points from 20 games. It's been pretty miserable. Mark Fotheringham's come in. You know, he was an assistant coach at Hertha Berlin. It's his first game, you know, first management job. He's had 10 games. We can't really make a judgment call on him yet. I think we have been better defensively. You know, and the last 2 games before the international break, we had a surprise win against QPR and drew against Swansea. But, you know, it's too early to say. It's been a pretty disastrous season all round, really. You know, I think the saving grace has been we've had a break, and hopefully, because Fotheringham came in halfway through the season, that's kind of like a mini pre-season for him. So hopefully we come out a bit better.
Nice one, Brady. And finally, the big one. What score do you think it will be on Saturday at Bramall Lane?
I mean, they should win, really. Sheffield United should win this game. We were just saying it on our pod, the only positives I could say are potentially it could be, with a bit of a break in between, it could be first day of the season kind of weird result vibes. I think the positives are we've had more time on the training ground, so hopefully we could get something. I am going to go for an optimistic 1-1, and I think that's just for you guys to have an off day. But yeah, I think Sheffield United should be winning this game, but it's the Championship. That's why we love it. Hopefully we can come out with something. But yeah, I'll go for a 1-1, and we'll probably score from a set piece if we do.
Nice one. Cheers, Brady, and cheers, Johnny. And let's hope that you're crying on Saturday after Town shithouse won a win. See you later.
See you later, guys.
You can see from their aspects, they're looking forward to being back because they need to regroup, and it's now or never. Yeah. But you can still sense that tension in the voice of, oh God, is it going to happen?
They've got a very tough game to come back into, and it's not one that they'd have been wanted. They'd have wanted somebody down the away at home.
West Brom.
Yeah.
In Huddersfield's old manager, West Brom manager now. So yeah, obviously their old manager is taking his style of Benidorm football to West Brom, to a relegation rival. So
it sends them down.
Oh God,
I don't imagine when they play them like.
But away from Huddersfield, back onto us, back on home turf. It's nice to be at home first, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't mind away days.
I love away days, but first game back, it'd be nice to be home. It'd be nice to see Lane. We discussed the Kop, not going to go into that again, but obviously there'll be a few issues regarding it where it's maybe not as full as it should be. But regardless, it's going to be nice to see everybody again. It's going to be nice to be in the pub again. Especially for me, it's been even longer for me than it has for a lot of you.
You missed last field, didn't you?
Yeah, but I've missed it. Really missed it. One thing that a lot of the players will be happy about is the new training pitch.
New training pitch. Again, well done. We needed it, didn't we? Yeah, they've been crying out for it. It's not just this season, but it's previous managers as well. It has took its time, and maybe that has contributed to the many injuries that we do get. But I think we'll find out now.
Yeah.
So it's all up to coaching staff not to get them injured, surely.
Exactly. I mean, that knobhead on Twitter who is a sycophant. I'm not going to say his name because it's not fair. I'm not going to be that guy. But he said, oh, well, there's no point developing anything at Shirecliffe because we're moving to a new training ground soon. Well, that's absolute bollocks because they want to make Shirecliffe a fucking Category A or whatever it is academy. So they're going to invest in it.
Yeah.
We still need to do up the actual centre. There's problems, leaky roof. So there's still work to be done. But I think...
I know a roofer, by the way, if you need one.
Get in touch. But yeah, the most important thing was, as Eckenbottom pointed out, is soft tissue injuries, and it was down to the pitches. And to have that investment going forward until we do have a new training ground, will be the difference between going up and a repeat of last season. Because if you look at all the injuries we had last season, coming and where they came, it's a miracle we fucking got to the playoffs.
It is, yeah. When you look at it, he's especially that back.
We had a poor start under Slav. Eki came in and rescued it, and then Eki had to deal with injury after injury, and I think we could have snuck second if that hadn't happened.
Well,
But yeah, it might not fix everything, but I'm optimistic it will be. Now we've got the new training ground, is it up to the coaches now, the fitness coaches, to make sure they're doing their job spot on? Because there's no more excuse for training
that's it.
coaches.
There's no excuse.
There's no
now.
more excuses.
So yeah, they have got to, and it'll solely, like, if we have all these injuries, it'll be down to them. What are you doing to them?
Exactly. Yeah. Is it? You can't blame the system, because I don't think it's overly energetic or aggressive. It's not Bielsa ball, is it?
No.
It's not even Chris Wilder ball. It's more of a patient build-up.
Yep.
It's nice football, beautiful football, and I can get behind it all day long when it's played right. But if we still keep getting injuries here, there, and everywhere, we've got to look at as fitness coaches.
Yep.
And I'm hoping to God there is the pictures. I mean, if we're still happening, what do we do?
Sack them.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
No, P45, fuck off.
Not doing the job right, are they? So anybody else who doesn't do the job right gets sacked.
I mean, do you think that is a concern going forward? That maybe we just don't have very good fitness staff and physios?
Well, we're about to find out.
But I say again, so I think it's time for part 2 of going around the Blades fans.
Yep. No, Njai. No, we've not got one called India. Look, can we just do a deal? Can we just say 20? 15? Look, 10,000, that's the absolute lowest I can go. But no, he's not cut. I'll fill you in, dear. Hello. Yeah, just doing a favour for Mr. Bettis there. Never mind. Yeah, so we're back, aren't we? It's been a while. In all that time, football's been coming home. It's not been coming home. England have been shit. They've not been shit. People can't make their mind up, can they? One thing's for certain. We've got a new pitch at Shirecliffe, so the injuries situation should be much improved. Now we've got a new one where they can get injured, much more space for them to get kicked and get muscle injuries and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we've still got quite a long injury list, but I think we've got a few back. Don't know really, because Eki never gives anything away in his press conferences, does he? But with any luck, we'll be able to field a decent side against Huddersfield. They're pretty shit, so you've got to hope we're going to be beating them, not regardless of what team we put out, but if we get a half decent one out, then yeah, should do all right. Be nice if Injai is back and available for selection. If not, as long as some other ones are fit, I'm sure we can cobble something together. We might be a bit light up front if he's not playing, but I would still hope we can shade this one. I mean, back in the days when Tufty Club could be arsed, we did once put out an infographic about about how we shit after breaks, and yeah, this has been quite a long break, hasn't it? Start of the seasons we're rubbish, after international breaks we're rubbish, so after a tournament we've got no chance, have we? But I'm predicting us to book the trend this time. Yeah, I think we're gonna win. We're gonna win by 1-0.
We're coming towards the end of the video. Final thoughts, Jono? Final thoughts.
Can't wait to be back.
Yeah.
It feels like the season's starting again.
It does. That's exactly what I said to Kev over there.
It's just, yeah, I can't wait to get back. But we're starting season up at top, which is a good. Injuries back, so yeah, it's a good feel factor.
When you come back after Christmas break and you get really excited for Boxing Day again.
Yeah.
It's like a big version of that.
Yeah.
We get 2 Boxing Days this year.
2 Boxing Days.
2 Boxing Days. 2 Boxing Days out of fixtures. Oh, I fucking love it.
And then we've got England match after.
Oh, it's going to be fucking carnage, isn't it?
It is.
It's a fake plastic World Cup in a fucking shitty desert that's artificial as fuck. But it's still England v France. It's still quarterfinals, and we're still going to get excited.
I've got to. Well, unless you're working.
Could be a really good day or a really bad day, couldn't it? Fucking, can you imagine Sheffield United lose, England lose? We'll all be fucking committing Harry. But no, can you imagine a nice big Blades win followed by England absolutely stuffing France? What it'd be like in Sheffield?
I think all down country. I think it'd be amazing.
But yeah, nice big 4-0 win.
It's the good part of the tournament, isn't it? Alright, group stage were alright. You see some videos of England fans cheering third goal against Wales, beard win all up, staged, load of bollocks.
It's an all nations game. You used to get excited for those. Did you have any excitement for that game at all? No.
I didn't even for the Senegal game.
No, and that's weird. That's really weird. It's the first time I will like it at last World Cup until we got to knockout stage, and then I got into it. Even if the Senegal game, I was like, nah. Which is why I'm so glad to have club football back. Score predictions, Jono. Sheffield United taking on Huddersfield in a Yorkshire derby to restart the season. What are you having?
3-0 Blades.
Oh, I love it. I fucking love it, and I hope you're right. Beautiful stuff.
3-0 Blades.
3-0 Blades. Oh, be still my beating heart. Draw. That up there is saying, been a bit of a break, be some match rustiness on both teams, but if it were a normal game against a normal club, you could expect us to come through that, maybe get 2 or 3 goals like you're saying. But it's a Yorkshire derby, and it's going to be blood, guts, thunder, aggressiveness.
No, it's not.
And then no fucking goals, 0-0 bastard draw or some shit like that. But I hope you're right and I'm wrong. I really do.
I'm right.
I hope so. I really fucking hope so. Again, please rewatch the beginning of the video to see what's said about the Kop. It is up to us now to sort this out. The club have done their part. They've even delayed their press release to give us a chance to sort it ourselves. They will, and they're going to reword it because they have realised their faults. They know what they need to pick up on and change. They're going to do their part, so it's down to us to do our part. So I'm appealing to those out there. We need to get a good split and get everybody who sits on the Kop on side, because we're doing it for us and we're doing it for the Kop. We're doing it for the club. We're doing it for the fans. We've got to get this right.
Yeah.
And if we don't, we've only ourselves to blame now, I'm afraid. That's the long and short of it. If you have enjoyed this video, please go down there and hit that subscribe button. We've had a bit of an influx. We've had a few extra people subscribing.
Have we?
Yeah, a few extra people following on Twitter.
Worse because you got a little blue tick.
You got a little blue tick.
A little blue tick.
A little blue tick. Yeah, so head over to that little subscribe button. Just down there. Just click it. Just click the button.
That's all you have to do.
All you have to do. You know what else really helps us out? Getting them comments. Leave your opinions about what we've been talking about. If you agree, you disagree. Any points you think we should have talked about but didn't. If you're talking about the Kop, I'm afraid if you're disagreeing with what we're saying, I've got no patience for you, and I will not respond friendly in a friendly manner at all. Because if you're just going to blatantly ignore what we're saying, I think you're a bit of a dick.
So there you go, a bit of clickbait there for you.
A bit of clickbait there for you. If it's going to be people who don't sit on the Kop who just want an argument, isn't it? People are fucking families. I'll get it. People are families like, you fucking bastard. But yeah, get down there, hit that like button, and get in the comments. It helps us grow as a channel. It helps us know what you like seeing, what you don't like seeing. It helps me keep my argument skills sharp. Yeah, I've been Johnny.
I've been Jono.
Put up them fucking blades!